Hello and welcome. This will be another hacking quiz. You guys seem to love it last time, so let's continue. The game is, I show you a picture, you tell me how to hack it, and if you don't know, I will tell you. Let's get started. Number 1. This is the first scenario, okay? It's a simple Nmap scan, and we can see that so far there's 2 ports. I just wanted to ask you the question, which of these 2 ports are the most interesting to us as attackers? What do you think? If you get port 80, that is definitely correct. Port 22 is essentially SSH, and port 80 is just HTTP. It's very rare that there's going to be an attack that is related to SSH, like vulnerability, like an exploit, etc. It can happen, but it's very rare in CTFs. If you have like a private SSH key, then it can be a lot more interesting, right? If you have credentials, you should definitely check against SSH as well, right? But on its own, it's not very interesting, so definitely port 80 is the right answer that we want to start to enumerate, right? So, next question. What is this attack essentially called? So we can see that we're doing some fuzzing in this particular path right here with FF. And we can see that all of these dot slashes in an Etsy password. Do you know what this attack is called? What do you think? Now, if you guessed LFI, local file inclusion or file inclusion, then you're absolutely correct. This attack essentially allows us to, you see this view parameter right here, the php.view equals. This parameter was not sanitized, it was not properly secured. So we were essentially, and this path right here was default in the file, in the web application. So we thought that it made a lot of sense to fuzz and see if we can actually go downwards in directories again using all of these dot slashes and be able to reach files like Etsy password, right? So that's what we did here, and this is called local file inclusion. Now we can see the output of this right here in the browser. So this is how it's going to look like. And I wanted to ask you next, is there a way to take local file inclusion to an RC? Is that possible, or are we pretty much just stuck trying to find local files on a machine? What do you think? Is it possible or not? And the answer is, yes, it is. It is essentially very possible to do so. There are a few different techniques. This essentially is not, this image right here is not going to show you that. I just wanted to show you a different image of how it may look like when you're fuzzing. So the way to essentially do it, or one way to do it, is something called log poisoning. Okay? So this is essentially when you're able, through an LFI, right? So through an LFI, right? We're able to read files locally on the machine, not just files that are supposed to be exposed on the web app, but also local on the machine. Like Etsy password is not supposed to be exposed on a web application, right? Or website. Log poisoning is when we can reach a log file. And when we are essentially able to insert essentially PHP code or code that will get logged. Okay, so in this scenario, we're essentially we're creating a util parameter, okay, that can execute code if we are able to essentially reach this code that we are trying to insert into the application. Okay, so that's what we're doing in this scenario right here. And we can see that in this scenario, we are going to the Apache axe.log. So this is the log file that we found by fuzzing further. Now I don't have the image, but we were essentially able to fuzz with a different word list of Etsy password, or a different word list, and we're able to find the log file. And we're able right there to reach the access.log, and then we're passing in the util parameter that we just created right here, right? We created the util parameter right here. And then we do equals sleep for, right, to try to run the code. And the web application falls asleep, right? So that's beautiful. We can also see right here that I try to ping myself, and this is me listening on the Kali for ICMP request, and we can also see that I was able to ping myself, right? So the question really is here, what do we do next? Well, we go to revshells.com and we get a beautiful, beautiful shell. Okay. Now I wanted to ask you one more question. So this was essentially the path that we were able to get a happy little shell. I wanted to ask you, are there other ways of achieving RCE like we did? In this scenario, we used log poisoning, but I want to ask you, are there other ways that we can achieve RCE with LFI or local file intrusion? What do you think? Yes or no? And if so, which ones makes this possible? Okay, so what I would answer personally is that yes, there are other techniques. I'll give you some examples. One example can essentially be that through the LFI, you're able to find private SSH keys on the host, okay? So if you take a look at the Etsy password, and let's say there was a user called Jack or something, right? And we were able to go to Jack's home directory and look at IDRSA or something like that to find his private SSH key. Then we can possibly retrieve and read all of the output of that private SSH key back into the output with the LFI. And then we could essentially utilize that to authenticate back to the web server with that private SSH key. Now, it might be set a password on the private SSH key, but we can also crack that, okay? Now, there are other techniques as well. If you guess something like this is way less known and it's not going to be relevant for the OSCP, but there's something called LF5 filter chain attack. You can look that up, LF5 filter chain RCE. Just look that up and you're going to find it. But yeah, that's another technique as well. And yeah, LFI can be useful in many other ways as well. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this quiz and that you learned something new. And if you find this video useful, then you're absolutely going to love this. We have a massive, free-to-try, 25-hour plus OSCP course that you can see that people are just absolutely loving. That inside gives you all of the resources that you need to crush the OSCP. We have a massive roadmap that literally covers everything. We cover initial access, privilege escalation, Windows and Linux. We cover Active Directory. We cover post-exploitation. We cover lateral movement. We cover pivoting, tunneling. We cover the exam. We cover the reporting. We cover all of the attacks that you need and all of the techniques that you need for OSCP. We also cover all the rooms that you need to do and all of the rooms is linked inside. We cover Active Directory chains as well. And we literally cover everything. And you will instantly get all of these resources once you join. So click the link down below, try it completely for free. I'll see you inside.